Welcome to Streaming News Network, where we deliver balanced reporting with the facts that matter. This edition is hosted by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel, and this is Streaming News Network. We begin with our first report. The United States government has issued an urgent security warning for the border city of Mexicali, Mexico, after officials identified a potential threat and temporarily limited operations in the area. American citizens are being advised to avoid government buildings, seek shelter if an incident occurs, stay in contact with family members, follow instructions from Mexican authorities, and remain alert for further updates. Officials have not released details about the specific threat. Mexicali is located in Baja California, a region currently rated as a higher-risk area for American travelers due to concerns involving crime, terrorism, and kidnapping. Mexican security officials say additional patrols and security measures have been activated throughout the city in coordination with state and federal forces. The warning comes after several recent violent incidents in Baja California, including attacks involving police officers and continued law enforcement operations targeting criminal groups linked to the drug trade. Mexicali has also been a focus of investigations involving fentanyl trafficking, with authorities recently reporting major drug seizures connected to cartel activity. The United States government continues to work with Mexican officials as both countries address border security concerns and efforts to combat illegal drug trafficking. This is Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network, delivering the latest news with unbiased analysis. This is Streaming News Network. A Texas mother says a simple family photo turned into an unexpected online debate after strangers urged her to seek medical advice for her young daughter. Keely Branch, a mother of 4 children under the age of 5 and expecting another child, regularly shares moments from family life online. But after posting a picture of her 4-year-old daughter, she was surprised when thousands of comments focused on one feature: the child's thick, dark eyebrows. Some social media users suggested the child should be evaluated for Sanfilippo syndrome, a rare inherited disorder that can affect the brain and nervous system. However, medical experts note that prominent eyebrows alone are not an indication of the condition, which is usually accompanied by other developmental and health concerns. Branch said her daughter has shown no signs of developmental issues and that both parents naturally have full eyebrows, making the family trait unsurprising. The mother said she was frustrated that people attempted to diagnose her child based only on 2 photographs, but she also described the experience as a reminder of how quickly opinions can spread online. The incident highlights the growing debate over sharenting, as millions of parents share their children's lives on social media while facing both support and criticism from online communities. This is Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network, delivering the latest news with unbiased analysis. This is Streaming News Network. Ford Mustang fans may soon see the legendary pony car enter unfamiliar territory. Reports and digital designs have sparked speculation about a possible 4-door Mustang sedan, combining traditional muscle car performance with everyday practicality. The Mustang has spent more than 6 decades as a 2-door performance icon, but a 4-door version could allow Ford to compete in the growing market for high-performance sedans. The rumored model, sometimes linked to the name Mustang Mach-4, is expected by some industry observers to offer rear-wheel drive performance, a possible starting price below $40,000, and acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. A potential Mustang sedan could borrow technology and styling from the current lineup, including available turbocharged engines and the powerful 5-liter V8 found in Mustang performance models. However, Ford has not confirmed plans for a 4-door Mustang. The company says it will not comment on future product speculation and has emphasized a major vehicle lineup update in the coming years. Design concepts show what a Mustang sedan could look like, featuring aggressive styling, a long hood, performance-focused details, and the possibility of expanded passenger space. For now, the 4-door Mustang remains a rumor, but the idea raises a major question: could Ford reinvent its iconic muscle car for a new generation of drivers? This is Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network. This is Streaming News Network. Authorities in Oregon are investigating a devastating homicide case involving 5 people from the same rural property, including 3 generations of one family. The Washington County Sheriff's Office identified the victims as 85-year-old Mary Elizabeth Kimsey, 60-year-old Rowan Carla Kimsey, 26-year-old Stella Jade Kimsey, 26-year-old Lindsay May Haroldson, and 27-year-old Alvin Raymond Chu. Investigators say the victims were discovered after a vehicle fire was reported at a property near Forest Grove, Oregon. Emergency responders found human remains and several deceased animals at the scene, leading authorities to begin a homicide investigation. The property's owner, Rowan Kimsey, lived there with her daughter Stella Kimsey and Stella's boyfriend, 36-year-old Benjamin Charles Parker. Authorities later identified Parker as the suspected killer. Police in Enumclaw, Washington, found Parker dead inside his vehicle, and investigators believe he died by suicide. Officials say there is no ongoing threat to the public, and the killings do not appear to be a random act of violence. However, investigators have not released a possible motive or explained the exact relationship between Parker and the victims. The sheriff described the investigation as one of the most complex scenes she has encountered in more than 2 decades in law enforcement. This is Streaming News Network. A Chinese economics professor is facing widespread criticism after describing gig work as a form of welfare, sparking a debate over job security, worker protections, and economic inequality. Zhang Dandan, a professor at Peking University, made the comments during a discussion about employment trends among gig workers. She argued that flexible employment provides benefits because workers have more control over their schedules compared with traditional jobs. However, her remarks quickly went viral online, with many critics saying the comments failed to recognize the struggles faced by millions of workers who rely on gig jobs because stable employment opportunities are limited. China's gig economy has expanded rapidly, with hundreds of millions of people now working in flexible employment arrangements without traditional contracts, benefits, or long-term job security. Many delivery workers, drivers, and other gig employees have reported long hours, unpredictable income, and pressure from digital platforms. Zhang later acknowledged that some workers choose flexible employment while others have little choice due to a lack of permanent jobs and benefits. The controversy highlights a larger debate in China and around the world over whether gig work represents freedom and flexibility or a sign of growing economic insecurity. This is Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network, delivering the latest news with unbiased analysis. This is Streaming News Network. American travelers visiting Italy may want to think twice before packing shorts for every occasion. Travel experts say certain clothing choices can make visitors stand out and may even prevent entry into some locations. Cameron Hewitt, an author and tour guide with travel expert Rick Steves' company, says that while wearing shorts in Italy is not considered offensive, many Italians view adult men wearing shorts in major cities as unusual, especially outside of casual settings. The biggest concern involves churches and formal restaurants. Many religious sites, including major locations in Vatican City, require visitors to cover their knees as a sign of respect. Some upscale restaurants may also refuse service to customers wearing shorts, especially during evening dining. However, shorts are widely accepted in more relaxed settings, including beaches, coastal areas, and casual daytime activities during hot summer months. Travel experts say the issue is less about strict rules and more about cultural expectations, appearance, and blending into local customs. Visitors to Italy are encouraged to focus not only on what they wear, but also on how they behave and show respect for local traditions. This is Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network. This is Streaming News Network. As cannabis use becomes more common among older Americans, researchers are examining how marijuana may affect the aging brain, including memory, brain health, and possible long-term risks. Recent data shows cannabis use has increased nationwide, with adults over the age of 60 becoming one of the fastest-growing groups of users. Many older adults report using cannabis for reasons such as pain, sleep problems, anxiety, and other health concerns. Researchers say cannabis can temporarily affect memory and the ability to retain information while under its effects. Some studies also suggest frequent, long-term users may experience differences in brain activity related to working memory. However, scientists say the connection between cannabis and serious cognitive decline or dementia remains unclear. Some research has even suggested that cannabis use later in life may be associated with certain brain volume differences that could potentially offer protective effects. Experts emphasize that age of first use appears to be an important factor. Starting cannabis use during adolescence, while the brain is still developing, has been linked to greater risks involving brain development, mental health issues, and substance dependence. Researchers say more studies are needed to fully understand the potential benefits and risks, especially as more older adults turn to cannabis products for medical and personal reasons. Health experts recommend speaking with a medical professional before using cannabis, especially for individuals concerned about brain health or existing medical conditions. This is Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network, delivering the latest news with unbiased analysis. This is Streaming News Network. Your daily cup of coffee may do more than provide an energy boost. New research suggests compounds found in brewed coffee could play a role in supporting healthier aging by influencing a pathway connected to stress response, inflammation, metabolism, and tissue repair. Researchers from Texas A&M University studied how coffee compounds interact with a protein called NR4A1, a receptor involved in regulating how cells respond to damage and stress. Scientists found that compounds naturally present in coffee, including caffeic acid and other plant-based compounds, appeared to activate NR4A1 in laboratory models. When the receptor was removed, researchers found that some protective effects disappeared. The findings may help explain earlier research linking coffee consumption with lower risks of certain chronic diseases. However, researchers caution that the study does not prove coffee prevents aging or disease in humans. The research focused on understanding biological processes and how coffee compounds may influence cells. Scientists say more studies are needed to determine how significant this connection may be and whether these findings could lead to future treatments for age-related conditions and diseases. For now, researchers say coffee remains a promising area of study in the search for ways to improve long-term health. I'm Claude McDaniel reporting for Streaming News Network. This is Streaming News Network. Country music legend Dolly Parton is reflecting on fame, rumors, and the challenge of protecting a public image after decades in the spotlight. The 80-year-old singer recently revisited the story behind her song, Shattered Image, a track she wrote in the 1970s about how quickly public perceptions can change. Parton said the song was inspired by the experience of hearing negative stories about herself, explaining that while some rumors are completely false, others may begin with a small piece of truth before being exaggerated. The music icon said she can handle criticism directed at herself, but she dislikes when rumors affect the people around her. Parton described Shattered Image as a reminder that people should examine their own actions before judging others. She highlighted the message behind the song's lyrics about not damaging someone's reputation without first looking at your own reflection. The song was written during a major period in Parton's career and remains part of her ongoing effort to share the personal stories behind her extensive music catalog. Through her Songteller series, Parton continues revisiting the inspiration behind some of her most memorable songs and the experiences that shaped her life and career. I am Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Thank you for watching and staying informed.
Thank you for viewing Streaming News Network videos and also short and special reports. Please like, subscribe, and tap the bell to be notified of additional reports.